welcome to the deep dive. You've brought us some really fascinating material this time, all centered around artificial intelligence and how it's, well, stepping into the hiring world.
It certainly is.
There's so much buzz, right? Promises about completely changing how companies find talent.
Absolutely. Big promises.
But it makes you wonder, doesn't it? I mean, what is AI really good at here right now? And where does it sort of hit its limits?
Exactly. What are those things that, are still fundamentally human, things algorithms just can't quite replicate yet?
Yeah, that's what we want to dig into today. Give everyone a clear picture.
It's definitely a crucial time for recruitment. And the sources, they show some really impressive gains in just pure efficiency with AI.
Like what? Any specific examples jump out?
Oh, yeah. Take Hilton. Apparently, their AI chatbot cut recruiter workload by like 75%. 75%.
Wow, that's huge.
And get this, their time to fill roles down by 90%. If you're in talent acquisition, those numbers just, well, they make you sit up and listen.
90%. That's transformative.
And Unilever's seeing similar things, a 75% cut in time to hire using AI assessments. It really points to a major shift in how fast companies can bring people on board.
It almost sounds like AI is becoming this like supercharged assistant for recruiting teams.
That's a good way to put it.
We also saw that thing about MasterCard's automated scheduling.
Yeah.
Handling, what, something like 88% of interviews within 24 hours?
Yeah, 88%. Think about the hours saved, the admin time.
Right. It frees up recruiters to actually talk to people, focus on the strategy.
Exactly. And it's not just the speed either. AI is playing a really big part in that initial evaluation stage, too.
Ah, the screening part.
That's right. I mean, AI is brilliant at processing huge amounts of data, right?
Sure.
So it's perfect for that first pass.
Sifting through all those resumes.
Yeah, sifting resumes, pulling out key skills, experience, even doing those initial chatbot chats with candidates.
Okay.
And Unilever, they're doing some pretty innovative stuff with video analysis, trying to gauge potential success factors.
Video analysis. How does that work?
Well, the specifics aren't fully detailed, but the idea is to analyze expressions, maybe language, looking for certain indicators. Plus, they use those gamified assessments, Pymetrics.
Yeah, I've heard of those. For soft skills.
Exactly. Emotional and cognitive abilities. Trying to get beyond just what's on paper.
Interesting. And IBM has similar tools.
Yeah, their Watson test looks at specific knowledge, like NLP or machine learning, and they have another assessment that actually simulates job tasks, gives a feel for the role early on.
And one thing that really jumped out from the reading was this idea of AI helping with unconscious bias.
Right. That's a really significant potential benefit.
The Siemens example was striking. A 100% increase in women in the final hiring stages, just from blind screening and assessments.
It's pretty compelling, isn't it? It suggests AI can help focus on what really matters, skills, potential, instead of, maybe being swayed by a name or a school.
Focusing on substance.
Exactly. And it ties into this push for more data-driven insights overall. AI can spot patterns in large data sets that humans might miss, leading to hopefully more objective initial screening.
Makes sense.
Plus, we're seeing huge automation of just the admin tasks, things like Workable's AI generating job descriptions.
Oh, yeah. It writes the description.
Yeah, tailored ones.
Oh, yeah.
And it even analyzes the language for potential bias. Then you've got tools like Paradox's Olivia or Maya systems handling candidate comms and scheduling automatically.
Takes the load off recruiters.
A huge load. And even for internal hiring, finding people already in the company for new roles, AI is helping there too. Platforms like Workday's Hired Score, Fuel 50, they match employees to internal opportunities.
Which is great for retention, right? Keeping good people.
Absolutely. A definite win-win.
Okay, so AI has clearly taken on a lot. The initial screening, the scheduling, the data analysis, making things faster, maybe fairer at the start.
It seems that way, yes.
Yeah, but the sources you shared also really highlighted where AI, well, kind of hits a wall. What are those limits? Where does the human element still dominate?
Right. And this is crucial because building a team is more than just processing data.
Sure.
AI, for all its power, really struggles with the squishy stuff, the nuances of human interaction, assessing trust, for instance.
How do you code for trust?
Exactly. Or figuring out if someone's going to genuinely add something new to the team dynamic. That idea of culture add, not just culture fit.
Culture add. I like that framing. Bringing a new perspective.
Yeah. Fit can sometimes lead to groupthink, right? Add is about enrichment.
Yeah.
And understanding those subtle cues in a conversation, building real rapport that takes emotional intelligence, human EQ.
You just can't automate that gut feeling, that connection you make when you really talk to someone.
Not yet, anyway.
And it was telling, wasn't it, that for mid to senior roles, and especially for passive candidates, the ones not actively looking,
Oh, yeah, the effectiveness drops way off.
AI automation is, what, only 5% effective there?
Yeah, something like that. Experienced people, they want a conversation, not an automated message. They expect that human touch.
Makes total sense. You need to build a relationship.
Precisely. It's indispensable for those complex hires. And then there's the whole world of referrals.
Ah, yes. Good old-fashioned networking.
It's still king, apparently. Your sources said 88% of employers rank referrals as their #1 source for quality hires.
88%. That's massive.
It is. And referred employees stick around longer, 45% stay over 2 years, versus only 20% from job boards. Plus, they get hired faster.
So the human network still wins out for quality and retention.
It seems so. And platforms are leaning into this, like WYN, Work Your Network. It's all about trusted referrals, quality over just blasting out resumes. They even track credibility based on how good your referrals are.
Interesting. So it's differentiating itself from platforms that might just be filled with AI-optimized resumes.
That seems to be the angle, focusing on trust. And then there's community hiring.
Right, like Pinterest and Foursquare finding talent within their user base.
Exactly, leveraging people who already know and love the product. AI might identify those people, sure, but it can't value their passion or understand their user insight like another human community member can.
It's about authentic connection again.
It really is. And when you zoom out, think about strategic decisions. AI gives you data, lots of it. But interpreting that data
Needs a human brain.
yeah, understanding long-term potential, looking past a non-traditional career path, seeing that grit someone might have that isn't on the resume. That's human judgment, experience.
Like you said, Unilever's final interviews are still 100% human-led.
Tells you something, doesn't it?
It does. It's about seeing the whole person, their potential, not just the keywords.
And that connects back to passive candidates, too. Winning their trust, persuading them, figuring what motivates them. That's coaching, relationship building, deeply human skills.
So it's definitely not AI versus humans then.
No, not at all. The most effective approach seems to be a partnership, a synergy.
AI handles the heavy lifting.
The data, the admin, the initial sorting, freeing up recruiters to do what they do best.
Building relationships, strategic thinking, making those nuanced calls, using their empathy and judgment.
That looked like the sweet spot, leveraging the strengths of both.
Okay, so the big takeaway here for everyone listening seems pretty clear. AI is definitely changing hiring, no doubt about it. Big pluses for efficiency, speed, data crunching.
Absolutely undeniable advantages there.
And it's a big but, it's not the whole story. It can't replace, and probably shouldn't replace, those core human bits. Building trust, understanding nuance, and tapping into the power of actual human networks and referrals.
Understanding that balance is key, really, if you want to build truly effective, high-performing teams in this, age of AI.
So maybe some food for thought as we wrap up. How can you listening use AI tools to streamline maybe the start of your hiring process?
Yeah, where can it take some tasks off your plate?
But also, how do you make sure you're still prioritizing that human connection, really assessing people beyond the paper?
And actively using referrals, thinking about your network.
And maybe ponder that culture add idea instead of just culture fit. How could seeking out different perspectives, something AI might struggle with, actually make your team stronger, more innovative?
Yeah, who are those perhaps overlooked high performers in your network right now? People who aren't maybe polishing their resume for the algorithms, but who could be amazing if you just reached out.
Some interesting things to consider. And on that thought, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Hopefully it's given you a clearer view of AI in hiring today.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for diving in with us.